What's up guys? So today's video is my resolutions. I'm not sure if you can hear me over the ocean. I've done a couple of tests to make sure, and I think I've got my grip correct so that you can hear me instead of the ocean. But I am going to go and find somewhere a little bit quiet to record this, and we'll get straight into the resolutions. So let's go. Alright, so I'm going to go find somewhere quiet to sort of sit down. There's a little bit of wind, so I'm going to try and find somewhere out of the wind, and we'll get into the resolutions. Now, if you haven't seen any of my resolution videos I did on my old channel last year, I've got 5 sort of categories, I guess, that I sort of sort them into, and these are the big ones that I'm going to try and achieve. Like, these are like the ones that will probably take a year to work on. They are measurable to an extent, so we're gonna sort of see how that goes. Someone's just turned up at the lookout up there, and I'm in the middle of the beach. I'm the only one here, so just letting the self-consciousness set in. It's alright, we're halfway to where we're going to go sit, so alright. So the 5 categories that I sort my resolutions into are relationships, and that's used in the broadest sense of the word, career, health and happiness, and by that I mean like physical health, and then happiness is mental health, and then my finances. Obviously finances are the one that's the most easily measurable, considering that it's in dollar signs. And oh look, it's not even 9 o'clock and I've already done 10,000 steps this morning. No, it's not even 8:30 and I've already done 10,000 steps this morning. I woke up uncharacteristically, I might add, at 6:30 this morning. So, yeah. Alright, so we're not completely out of the wind, but we might as well get stuck into it. For relationships, I've got a whole bunch of old friends that I haven't seen in over a year. And so I really want to go and visit them again, see them again, catch up with them, the whole deal. Some of them are YouTubers as well, or if not, they still have some sort of creative outlet that they participate in. So the hope with those particular ones is that I will be able to collaborate with them and put videos with them up on my channel. But the main sort of resolution is to visit at least one of my close friends each month, at least one. So yeah, I already know who this month's friend is, just because of particular things that are going on in their lives. There is I don't know how well you're going to be able to see him, but that little speck just there is a little wallaby. So cute. So yeah, at least one friend each month. Yeah. We'll put that in another video. Sorry, just organising my upload schedule in my head as we go. So if I say something and you're like, what's he talking about? I'm just thinking out loud. You know what, we're going to sit just here, right next to the Saltwater National Park sign. We'll try to get it out of shot as best we can. There we go. So the second one is career. At the moment, I'm waiting to hear back on a job that I've applied for, but I'm going to be looking at career not so far as the job that I'm doing, but more the job I want to do, and that is making films. I want to be a filmmaker. That's a difficult a difficult sector at the moment, and I'm going to be making a stupid decision this government has made in the last 3 months video sometime in the next couple of days, so subscribe and notification bell if you want to see that. I'm gonna go off. It's gonna be sort of the first political video that I've actually really made, like, ever, so it's all coming out. So that's a difficult industry in and of itself, and so a lofty aspiration, particularly in Australia, to be part of the film industry, but it's what I want to do. I love writing scripts and stories. I really like being behind the camera and doing like photography and stuff. I'm actually studying photography at the moment, so getting back into that is going to be something as well, but I really want to sort of get back out, start taking more photos, start making more films, and start writing more stories and scripts, and so measurable for that will be on my Tumblr. If you don't know, I have a Tumblr, link in the description down below, and on it I write short stories. When I originally started it, the goal was to upload one part, because I separate my short stories into like 10 little parts. It makes it easier to sort of write, and I can sort of continually be uploading to keep myself in check. And I upload generally once every sort of 3 days. Allows me the full 30 days of a month. February's a little bit more difficult. We have to sort of work around him a little bit. But this year being a leap year, I have 29 days there, so it almost works out perfectly. But yeah, so that gives me something to sort of be like, okay, so between the 1st and the 3rd, part 1 has to go up, and between the 4th and the 6th, part 2 has to go up. Now that might mean that part 1 goes up day 1 and part 2 doesn't go up till day 6, but it still means that I'm sort of keeping myself on a bit of a schedule, which helps with organisation, and it constantly keeps the creative juices going, so that in other areas of my life I can be implementing creative solutions, which obviously will then help out as far as the mental health side is concerned. So third one is physical health. Now last year I was actually almost a year ago. I'm going to get up the rocks are not comfortable to sit on. I'm gonna go this way, why not? Little wallabies jumped away, so we'll go for a walk now. So yeah, my physical health, last year that was sort of put on hold. It's the same exact resolution as last year, because about a year ago, as I said, I had my first epileptic seizure. I had another one sort of in the first 2 days of March, and then I was put on medication around April. 6 months later, I get my license back because I was medically suspended because of, not wanting to have seizures behind the wheel. It makes sense. There's a whole thing. I'll do a story time on it. But yeah, so from the end of January to halfway through October, I couldn't drive because I was medically suspended, and then it was sort of late October, like mid to late October, that these bushfires started, and that's going to be another thing I'll talk about in the stupid decisions government has made in the last 4 months video. So there wasn't a whole heap of opportunity, what with being evacuated and everything. If you were subscribed to my other channel, you already know pretty much all of this. That resolution was pretty much dead in the water before the first month even ended. So, and not by personal choice either. I had gotten myself a workout program. I'd gotten myself a gym membership. I had a friend that I was going to be going with, and all three of those things went bye-bye by mid-February. I technically still have my gym membership, but it's like been frozen and I can't actually use my membership tag to get in to go do a workout. But I mean, that's why we got up at 6:30 this morning to go for a walk. That end to film this video, because this video was supposed to be up last night and I feel really shit by not having it up last night. Anyway, that's that one. Honestly, if I can go to the gym, I'm gonna set a nice little low number of between 8 and 12 times a month, which is between, when you sort of average that, is between 2 to 3 times a week. January, we're not really worrying about it for this. January is all about being able to actually have my account unfrozen by paying off all my backpack that I have. So fun times. But from February onwards, if I can be able to go in 2 to 3 times a week, then I will consider that to be a success. Just noticing that there's nowhere to go from here, so I'll have to go up this way. Mental health wise, not really so much measurable for like how are you feeling. Like, I mean, yeah, I could do the like on a scale of 1 to 10 thing, and I will do a video on that. There is a mental health scale of 1 to 10. I've seen an image of it. It's really interesting. I will get into it. But instead of using that scale to be like, oh, I want to be at a 10 by the end of the year, everyone would like to be at a 10 by the end of the year mentally, I'm sure. But as we all know, Christmas makes everyone stress out. But instead of that, I want to try and engage in one new or different creative outlet. Because I found that last year that was the main thing that sort of gave me cabin fever, was I basically did the same like 2 things over and over and over and over and over again. It stunted my creative process. It made me feel crap and like I was missing out on all these amazing things. Like all my friends and whatever were at being able to do all these things, and because I couldn't drive, I wasn't able to join them and all the other stuff, and it was just, it wasn't a good headspace to be in. So this year my resolution is to try a new like creative outlet. So whether that's working on my drawing skills, which are, I'm gonna be honest, abysmal, or actually writing a novel, finishing off a feature-length script, like properly, like completely finishing it. I've seen things where I can go and self-publish. I want to be able to go and make films, as I said. There's a whole bunch of different things. And as I said, some new ones as well. I will keep those as a secret for the moment, because they're going to be real fun videos to get into. But yeah, so at least one each month. We may end up making sort of the month sort of revolve around it. I don't know. At the moment, it's still sort of in its early phases. I've got sort of a handful of things already picked out and no months actually formally assigned to them. But yeah, it should be good. And then last but not least, finances. At the moment, not having a job, I can't really state that I want the same as last year, but I'm gonna be honest, being able to put $100 away each week would be nice. Here's hoping we get the job that we've applied for and had interviews for, and I'm pretty optimistic about it, so here's hoping. But yeah, if not 100, at least be able to put 50 bucks away. I'm on the job hunt at the moment, and yeah, if I don't get this one, I'll be straight back into applying for jobs until I get one. And then yeah, if not 100, at least 50 bucks a week. The 100 bucks a week will end us up at just over 5 grand by the end of the year, which will be good. I also have to factor into that though, that there are things throughout the year that I want to do and that I already have sort of planned with other friends. And so in that way, this one and my relationships sort of intermingle there, because some of my friends live in Brisbane, which from here is like an 8-hour drive, so fuel alone is going to cost. So yeah, we're gonna sort of try and stick more to that 50 buck one, which is gonna end us up somewhere around 2,600, which is still not a bad effort. And then from there we will see how we go. But as for me right now, that's all I've got. I'm gonna start heading down this little path behind me, start going back home, get some breakfast because I didn't eat before I went for a walk. And yeah, I will see you all later on today with today's video. So until then guys, keep your head screwed on.